Studies have shown that 83% of people that set financial goals feel better about their finances after just 1 year. Yet 90% of people don't have a financial plan. The crazy thing is that it doesn't even take too much to put a plan in place. You don't necessarily need a finance expert or a college degree. It doesn't even have to be fancy or robust. Half a plan is better than no plan at all. So in this video, I will guide you through how to manage your finances in just 3 simple steps. Let's dive right into it. The first step is to start with your list of priorities. Now, I've got my own list of recommended priorities from top down in order of what's most important. The first thing is your business or your investment fund. And then the second thing is your emergency fund, and then your daily expenditures and your overflow. But let's break down the list. If you have a job or you are a freelancer like myself, it's important to plan towards having some type of business that you don't have to actively work on like you do your job. So this is so that you don't have to keep trading your time for money for the rest of your life. That's why I highly prioritize the business fund. The business fund is high priority but non-urgent. Next is the emergency fund. This should be at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but the more the better, especially when you are planning for an entire family. Your emergency fund should be considered high priority and urgent because of its unpredictable nature. You never know when you will have some type of emergency. Then your daily expenditure is money you set aside for your essential needs, such as food, rent, electricity bills, etc. You have to monitor your lifestyle for at least 1 month or 2 so that you can come up with a general idea of how much you can fund your lifestyle every single month. Now, the daily expenditure should be considered medium priority and urgent. Finally, your overflow or miscellaneous saving is the only saving that does not have a clear purpose. It's what's left over after you have planned for all the important stuff. This should typically get the least priority. So it's where you draw from when you want to buy random stuff like shoes or clothes or phones, etc. So your overflow should be considered low priority and non-urgent. But don't forget, you can add more stuff to your list, like a retirement plan, which I think is also very important, but I've deliberately left it out of the list because most people's current reality may not be able to handle such non-urgent savings. But depending on your financial status and how things evolve, you should constantly review your list of priorities, adding, subtracting, and even reordering things based on how things change in your finances. So the list will vary from person to person. Let's say you are married with kids. There has to be something there for the family on some level on your list. Or right now you want to immigrate to a different country and that's like your major life goal at the moment. That can take the top spot on your list of priorities. The point is, you decide what's most important to achieve and prioritize accordingly for it as you plan your finances. So that's the first step and probably the most important step when it comes to planning your finances. Now, moving on to step number 2, now that you've defined your financial priorities, the next step is to create separate accounts for each of them. This helps keep your money organized and ensure that you're working towards your goals. So whether it's opening various savings accounts, an investment account, or simply using envelopes and piggy banks at your home, having designated spaces for your money makes a world of difference. Although it will be a lot easier and better for you to use savings accounts rather than the piggy bank. Now, the reason why this step is important is because having all of your earnings in a single account gives you an illusion of having enough for everything. But when you start to break it down and allocate your money to different savings, you quickly start to realize that you don't have that much money for everything. Let's say you have $1,000. If you want to buy clothes, you will think that you have $1,000 for clothes. If you want to buy shoes or something for the house, you would think you have $1,000 for that. But if you spread your finances to different savings that covers specific needs in your life, you can quickly and easily tell what you can and cannot afford at every point in time. So it helps to stay very organized and also helps you with easy bookkeeping. Another important advantage to having various accounts for your various types of savings is that a single slingshot cannot take you down like Goliath. If someone were to attack your finances, they will have to take down all your different accounts to truly wreck you. It's kind of like how crypto works. You create your own blockchain essentially. So having different accounts for different types of savings is important to help you stay organized and quickly help you tell where you're at with your individual financial goals, and finally, for security. Now, for the third and final step, you're going to allocate your earnings into different accounts. But how much should you allocate? That's where percentages come into play. So let's break it down with a practical example. Suppose you earn $1,000 every single month. You're going to distribute your income based on our priorities. Remember the list? This is where it comes in again. So for example, let's say we allocate 30% to our business and investment fund, 20% to the emergency fund, 40% for daily expenditures, and the remaining 10% for overflow. That means for the month, we'll spread out our $1,000 like this. $300 for our business and investment fund, $200 goes to our emergency fund, $400 goes to our daily expenditures savings, and $100 is left as overflow. So with a simple plan like this, you'll find that in a short period of time, you're able to manage and slowly grow your finance. Plus, doing stuff like this builds up positive habits and increases your financial intelligence, which tends to greatly impact almost every area of your life. But remember that your financial journey is unique, and this plan is just a blueprint. So feel free to adapt it to your circumstances and your goals as you see fit. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more valuable financial tips. And as always, let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Until next time, stay financially savvy.